The first sign of the zodiac that we're going to do for this week. Hope everybody's in the chat room right now. Actually, I'm looking at the chat. It's 777 right now. Aries is first. How funny. The first sign of the zodiac is going first. Who would have ever known?
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? You know what? Actually, if there was any sign in the world that I thought would show up first, it would always be Aries, you know. All right, let's see what's going on, Aries. Ooh, the 9 of, I'll be honest, even though this is a scary card, I wouldn't be scared with that. But, you know, the 9 of Swords definitely deals with the nightmare card, right? It's kind of like, it's definitely anxiety or some sort of wake up of like, uh-oh, it's a nightmare. But I would say that, you know, maybe it's like, this is just a wake-up call. Like, where have you been? Especially if we think of this week with Venus squaring Mars, you know, this full moon in your 12th. This is like, I think that, you know, it's a little bit of a freak out of what you're missing out on. And especially this one's got the full moon in it. How crazy is that? Of course, that's the last thing I saw. I saw the hooks first. We don't need to be hooked anymore to places, Pisces or Aries, that are holding you back from the reality that you want in your love life. There's something that you've been holding yourself back and that you're waking up from that. Your challenge that you got is the Lovers reversed. So I'd say that your relationship life is upside down. Are you feeling like maybe a little disconnected from your partner? It's not the end of the world, but it definitely is feeling like this is the wake-up call that you're ready to change. So I'd say that Aries are ready to change their whole relationship dynamic and situations. We did get the 10 of Wands up right. So you know what? Shed a lot of extra weight that you have right now. Look at this card. I think that this is a great way to show the 10 of Wands. Like they're literally chucking this person out like, yeah, too much weight on the boat. You gotta go, bro. Wow, that's a pretty interesting card. But I would say that, you know, that's what it is. It's like, what are you holding on to that, and especially with this week's Venus aspects emotionally and how you want it to look and how you want it to be like maybe it's like you're asking for too much or you're not showing up enough for what you really want. And I would say that, you know, because maybe you're invested in too many areas, too many creative things or just too many ideas that are popping up. Mercury does come in your relationship house, so pay attention to that by the end of this week. You did pull the Parasite. So you're removing something in your love life that whether if you're single, it's in yourself, that you're holding on to too much weight, or the relationship has kind of reached kind of a tipping point that's, you know, it needs a good little parasitic cleanse here. And this is the wake-up call. Let's see what this nightmare is about. Well, you got the 7 of Wands. It's about, you know, you realize that you have to fight for the position fully, and is your partner fighting at the same position? Are you showing up? Are they fighting for you and you're not showing up? Or, you know, I would say at the same time, it's like, this is just asking you to really go for it more in your life, because the 7 of Wands is about finding ultimate position and gaining the high ground. And I would say that you haven't been really putting yourself out there enough in your partnership or as a single person. The reason that we got this 10 of Wands is the High Priestess card reversed. So it's like your intuition's telling you exactly what to let go of, but I feel like you don't want to let it go. Why is that? No, the Saturn return. It's like, you know, I think that you're feeling like maybe, oh, you put a lot of work into this, or, you know, you're too mature to maybe change something up. But I would, or it's just restrictive element at its highest capacity. I would just say that, you know, this is definitely about not being as restrictive as you can be. So. No, it's somebody's calling me, but it's going on that laptop. Wake up! You gotta wake up, Aries. I would say that stop being an old person. Stop restricting yourself, and also be an adult, though, and handle your shit that needs to be handled. But I don't think it's a bad week. I just think there's a little emotional pressure, but Venus and Leo can be really fun if you follow your intuition on what to let go of and then actually bring something in, not be tossed out of the boat. You got the 3rd house here, Taurus, and you got that North Node. So yeah, you need to focus on a better way to communicate and a much more solid ground of what you're communicating about. You just can't be an Aries and just start throwing out like, blah, 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 like, okay, it's not gonna work. It's like, let's Taurus this motherfucker. Let's be like, what is the most palatable and what is the most best things that I'm gonna come through in my presentation style and what I'm going to say. Because if you do that, and it also is how you express yourself. If you're an Aries, like expressing yourself in a way that's not that beautiful, Taurus, or showing the worthiness, or, you know, you've gotten a little bit quarantine lazy with your looks, you know, there's that whole focus on the enrichment, focus on the stability of how well you communicate and how well that you present yourself out there.
Yeah, because I think that possibly some Aries out there might have gotten caught up in an infatuation or letting their kind of emotions run rampant and keeping them into a situation that they know is maybe not the best for them, you know, but it's easy to get caught up in those emotions. And we build those ties and we get kind of locked and lost into that love, you know, that we all want, or most people want. And then we kind of get blinded a little bit, you know, with that moon card. I think that full moon sitting over her, I think is really looking to say, tap into your true raw potential, that true emotion that's inside yourself, not that surface infatuation that you might get lost in.
Yeah, I was going to say that this Lovers card reversed for them almost feels like, especially the infatuation thing that you said, it's almost like, especially if it's like past or exes, or you haven't let go of something yet, or you're still in a weird argument with your partner, or you're still attached to somebody that didn't work out and you're still trying to figure that out. Like, let that go, try out the new things, or let go of whatever's in your relationship that's not working and fucking move on to something much more better.